love requires a great freedom. Love, whether it's the courage to ask someone out on a first date or navigating our needs in a long-term committed relationship like marriage. Because in love we can't coerce or demand or buy. Sometimes we try these things, but in love we can only ask and bless. We don't know what the answer might be when we ask. I think there's also a time in children's relationships with their parents as they grow older. What was once possible to just say this is how it is, what was once possible to establish as a family value, what was once possible to attach to getting shelter and food, right? As our children grow, our love requires that they choose. And so amazingly that God lets us choose. He pours out many blessings, promises many gifts. But he says if you want to, you can choose life. Reach out your hand and choose. Because before you are fire and water, before you is light and darkness, before you is life and death. Choose life that you may live. But there's no coercion, there's no threats, there's only a promise. If you want to, you can choose life. Reach out your hand and choose. That sometimes we think of our freedom as a lack of coercion. Maybe that's part of it, but there's something more. That respect and love that allow us to choose what is good. God doesn't place before us fire and water so that we'll burn our hands. He places before us fire and water so that we might choose water and have our thirst quenched. So that we might choose, because only in choosing do we love. This is the lesson of our human relationships, but it's also the lesson of our relationship with God. He chooses us. He loves us. And he invites us. He says we can if we want. He invites us to choose him, to love him. And maybe that's enough for this week. Before us, God has placed a choice. And he invites us. He tells us we can if we want. He invites us to choose life, to choose love.